Yay, Seiji's text.
Yay, new text.
Yeah.
I still have
Excited.
it up on my screen. I still have Word pinned on my screen.
Mm,
I thought I just removed
there we
the
go.
pin.
I should just unpin him, I guess. There we go. Hi, Seiji.
Hey, Geshe.
You don't really have any stuff because we didn't do anything.
Well, just formatting.
Okay, so I have a text ready for you. Grandpa is working hard. Go ahead.
I want to ask you just a few things just to make sure I'm not messing up or making anyone's work a little bit harder.
Okay.
Let me see. Just to make sure that I'm following what Mixnut should be doing. Let me share my screen. So I divided in four
Exactly.
lines per verse.
Yeah.
Some chapters they were not for. We had some remainders, and I checked the original, and they're not multiples of 4 before the giant chip. And
That's, well, we'll just have to see as we go, but what you did will help.
Okay. I don't know if I did something wrong. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I also did this. I don't know if that's the way we do it. When I saw some spaces, just to put that in.
Okay, good. Okay.
I noticed that there were some commas at the end that were missed. Let me see if I can find
Oh,
them.
they're supposed to be missed in some cases.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I put it in blue so that you can see whatever you see in blue is something that I did.
After any
I noticed. Yeah, I noticed that most of them were after a G. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, there's not supposed.
That's common.
Oh.
That's not, they don't need a comma there, or you're not supposed to have a comma after a G.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
By
All
the
right,
way,
so
if you don't have a comma after G is that it would be misread because the comma represents a slash that looks like a piece of a G.
Oh, okay. So I'll eliminate all these ones, but should I leave the other ones or should I just delete the empty space when it's
It's an empty space problem. Just delete the space and don't leave a correction on the page. It's okay.
like this?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And okay, so that's all what I want to ask. And I also use like this formula, and I guess this is a question more for Utpala. Is there a problem if I use like a sequential formula? Would it mess up the formatting in some way?
No. Well, one
Okay.
formatting thing I see is that you've got multiple languages in this document. Please do select all, choose English as your language.
Yes.
How do you do that, by the way?
You click on the language in the bottom.
Wait. Go back and clear the detect language automatically box.
Oops. Something is happening.
Did you see where he clicked, Ken?
Oh, here on the bottom. Something's happening to my screen. I don't know what it is. To my computer. Oh,
Well, at some point,
I did this a couple of times, and it seems to want to go back to other languages. Was it because of this? I had detect
maybe
language.
Maybe try
there we go.
opening your normal template, making those setting changes, and save your normal template. That way, anytime you open a doc, it's gonna remember.
Cool. All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, that's all the questions I had. So.
Seiji, to be honest, I think I'd like to retranslate the whole thing and not use the translation I did for the ACI courses. So let's just say that. So you don't have to fill in the old translation, okay? Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
Now, I did find something to entertain you immensely. As I mentioned last time, I mean, I'm going to have to start writing and I'm going to have to stay ahead of you. And our goal with Seiji is we're writing a new commentary to the Bodhisattvas Charaka in Tibetan. So I'm going to write my first book in Tibetan. And we're going to write a classical commentary too. But it's because nobody has written a good commentary. We wanted to translate a commentary on it, and we couldn't find a good one. There are some that I would not. I think they could be done better. So I'm gonna try to write a commentary in Tibetan, and then we're gonna translate it together. Okay. I look forward to it. It's kind of customary for foreign geshes.
This will be the only time we can ask the writer.
Yeah. Yeah. Why the heck did you leave that out? I think I put myself open to trouble from certain mixed nuts. But okay. So what I thought we could start with, which would be enjoyable and could help me write the first few pages, is we're going to go to the biography of Shantideva, Master Shantideva, which is found in Yongsen Yeshe Gyaltsen, who's a famous teacher of a High Lama who lived about 300 years ago. And he did a 2,000-page book of the biographies of every important Lama in the history of the Lam Rim. So he traced the Lam Rim back to the beginning with like Manjushri and Avalokiteshvara. And then he wrote the life story of each of those lamas. There are other classical, one or two other classical history books that have some of Shantideva's life in them. But because he lived about 300 or 400 years after them, he kind of collected all the best information and he edited it and he cleaned it up. So I think we save time if we go straight to him. So, you know, we could go to earlier commentaries. They might have some odd stuff that's not in his. But as a general background for a normal reader, I think this is the best we can do. This will be very good. So I'm going to take you to this document. And welcome to your new book, Seiji. It's by the way, it only happens 4 or 5 times in your life that you do a new book, even if you live a long life. So, you know, it's a big deal. Tonight is a big deal for you.
Thank you. It is.
So got to have this, what do you call it?
Determination.
Determination, you know. In the old days, they said, I will die or I will finish. And there's text in the Tengyur, in the ALL database, which stop in the middle of the book, in the middle of a sentence. And the guy died. And they carve it that way. And they leave the last little and there. And then they say, okay, end the book. You know, so that's the kind of determination we're going to have, right? So, yes. So here we go. I got the biography for you. And let's jump in. Okay. Here's your new book. Yay.
Yay. Thank you. Okay.
By the way, do you want to describe your old book? Because we have a big group of ALL masters here. And yeah, I think they could appreciate what's going on in this room if you can talk a little bit about the book you just finished.
Oh, do you want me to show the mind map I did?
Yeah. It's
okay.
It's about a 500-page translation. He finished it.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. So, for those of you who don't know,
unshare, right? Hang on. Unshare.
Okay, let me see. So, let me share screen.
By the way, please inform your wife that there's complete silence in this room right now. Not because they are meditating, but they're eating a delicious food, which she got for us. Thank you, Noor.
Thank you.
And by the way, because the vice president decided is paying for all your dinners. Okay, so and for the whole week.
Oh, okay.
And Nor does all the dirty work. Oh, look, Maitri's clapping.
Bravo!
He's clapping. Yeah,
Hey, Dad.
you got the best dad in Dios.
Say good luck.
All right. Okay.
Okay, explain
So
it.
you guys can see my screen, the Crown of Knives.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a root text. Beautiful, beautiful book. I completely fell in love with it. Actually, the book it's part of a Lojong collection found in All Kinds of Karma, which is another book that we're doing. And this book is actually notes to 11 session class given by a teacher called Trimchen Tempa Rabgi. So this is a transcript, kind of like when Gish Michael goes to Devon Mountain to do a 10-day Lam Rim. One of his students took notes, and this is what we translated. I believe the name is Deathless Nectar for Helping Others.
Yeah.
Anyway, in it, part of the All Kinds of Karma, the particular story is the story of Maitreya Kanyaka or Maitreya Yashna. I found these two different names. And that's a beautiful metaphor, which ends up being the first part of the text, which starts with a poetry of peacocks who are warriors of transformation that transform the pain of others into their beautiful feathers, meaning bodhisattvas, that by helping others get closer to enlightenment, right? And they live off poison, meaning of other people's problems, transforming poison into beauty. And they see their real enemy is self-cherishing, sometimes even above grasping to a self or ignorance. So the main point of this book is how to kill your self-cherishing. In that story, was really cool. He said that anyway, to make the story short, is our main character ends up taking the suffering of everyone everywhere, and that's how he gets the Crown of Knives not to fall in his head, and he develops bodhicitta.
What's that hero's name in your book?
I found two names. One was Maitreya Kanyaka, which you said in the last Lam Rim.
Yeah.
And the original was, well, the original from the ACI courses, Maitreya Yashna.
Yeah, it should. That's Yajna. Yeah.
Y-J.
Yeah.
Like this?
J. J, not G, J. Yeah.
Oh, J. Oh.
Okay, good.
Oh,
And,
okay. Good.
That's how Seiji
His name.
chose the name of their son.
Who's right here, the other Maitreya. So anyway, it's part of a Lojong, which the whole purpose of a Lojong is to help us develop bodhicitta in our hearts, a good heart, as Geshe Michael says. And it's really cool because it also has karmic correlations, which is part of phenomena that is deeply hidden that only the Buddhas can see. And the structure of it is, it gives us a problem, what was the cause, and what's the solution. We saw 35 karmic correlations, which are
nice
here. And those actually ended up being already in a lot of books. We found them in Diamond Cutter book, business book, Karmic Management, ACI Course 14, DCI Level 10. So already it's given a lot of fruits. After this correlation part, we went a little bit more magical. And it starts talking about this attitude of the butcher of the Lord of Death, who uses the crown of knives against self-cherishing. 37 examples of how we can use this with a greater motivation to smash the skull of your misperception of our misperceptions, our greatest enemy, which connects back to the story. And then the last part was we went into a wisdom part, which was very cool. Gave us different metaphors of how things are an illusion. Then we went a little bit into interdependence. And we finished by looking at the tree branch of all the people that were involved. Dharmarakshita, who's the one who gave the teaching to Lord Atisha, who gave it to Drumtumje, and how it came to us through Trichen Temparabke by notes of Gyalon Lobsang Trinley Namgyal.
Nice. Beautiful mind map. Very good. Very good. Nice, beautiful mind map. But it doesn't get you out of working. So here we go. Please start to read, and Nick is gonna check you. Mr. Nick, you okay? I can't believe you're not surfing. You could be. What? The water's too cold for you, wimpy guys? Or
I hurt my back a couple of days ago, so I was just letting it rest for a couple of days.
Okay. Usually the class is staying in a different part of your body, but that's okay.
I feel much better now. I'll probably get out tomorrow.
Okay. How's mom?
She's doing good. I mean, every day is better, and she had a surgery. So for those of you who don't know, but she's doing much better. Thank you.
I think 3 weeks is the big mark. Yeah. Okay, let's go, Seiji. Next checking.
All right. Jowo Jepeln den Atishe Jangshub Lamki Rimpa Sampe Lama Q Rimla.
Yeah.
Sempe, Seiji.
Senpe. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's kind of ironic, Seiji, that this first sentence links your new book to your old book.
Right. Yes.
Okay. And that was kind of on purpose. Okay. What's George J?
The great and the glorious master.
Yeah,
Lord.
Which is one of the nicknames of Atisha. Okay. And then Pelden means glorious. Atisha. The Tibetans use his Sanskrit name. They don't call him by his translated name. I'll give $50 if you can tell me the translated name. Punsok, yeah. Okay. Punsok is a translation of Atisha. Yeah. So you should say hi to him. Miss him. Okay. So $50 for that was Nick, right? I remember.
That was word. I did say it, not as.
Okay. Anyway, he needs the money for buying clothes and college fund. Okay. Atisha, how did he Semba? You guys, Tupa that
we hear.
Listen.
Yeah, we just had Tupa like 30 times in words text. Why did he change it here? Why didn't he say come to class? Why didn't he use
he's honoring him.
Yeah, this is a high honorific. There's 2 parallel languages in Tibet, 3, 4. So there's 4 words for every single thing. Okay. There's an epistolary language, which I have never taught to any human being, but I'm anxious to.
Does it occur in Nagarjuna's letter at all?
Nope, too early. But there's a separate language for writing letters to high officials and stuff like that. Especially if they got to approve your construction permits. Okay, Semba means to listen to the Changchun Lanki Rimba.
The path, the Bodhisattva Bhumis,
the steps on the path to enlightenment. Okay, so to understand Shanti Deva's biography, his biography starts with the discussion of how did the Lam Rim get to Atisha? How did he learn the Lam Rim? And then he brought it to Tibet. Okay, so how did it get to Atisha? In answering that question, you have the complete biography of Shantideva. Okay. So anyway, Lama Gyurim. What's the Gyu with a B, you guys?
Mind
Stream.
Yeah.
It means the lineage, okay?
All right.
When you put a B on the regud, okay, then it changes the meaning from mind stream to lineage, teaching lineage, okay? So what's the lineage of the teachers who passed on the Lamrim until it got to Lord Atisha. Okay, here we go. All right, go, Seiji. By the way, this is pretty straightforward, and you guys should be able to read it almost. Okay.
Okay. Jetsun Champa ne tokme kuche sokla rimki kupe genchen chugyutang.
Yeah, there's two great or three great lineages of the Lamrim, right? Which you guys have probably learned a lot. And the first one is called Gachen Chugyu. What's that mean, you guys?
The lineage of
widespread
activities.
Yeah, the lineage of widespread activities, which is a code word for
compassion.
Yeah, how to live like a bodhisattva, basically. Bodhisattva behavior, okay? Gachen Chugyu. And that has come down in a lineage, Gyu, step by step or teacher by teacher, from great teachers, such as Togme Kuche. You guys, what's that?
Master Sangha and his brother.
Yeah, they call them the brothers of Sangha. It's a code word for
Arya Sangha and Master Pasupanya.
Yeah, Arya Sangha and Master Pasupanya. Okay, so it reached the lineage of acting like a bodhisattva, which is whole Lojong lineage. Also, we're going to talk about it. Has come down from Jetsun Jampa, from Lord Maitreya. Okay, through the two brothers, and then down. Okay. How did what's Samotagyu, you guys?
The profound lineage.
By the way, this Gyu seems to be misspelled.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if it's
yeah. I don't know. Maybe he wants to call it line here rather than lineage, okay? It started with Jetsun Janyang. Who's that?
Manjushri.
It went through Papa Ludra.
Arya Nagarjuna.
But here they say Yabse.
And his spiritual son, Arya Deva.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Okay. What's the Yabse for Tsongkhapa?
Gyaltsab J.
He's got
Yeah,
two.
he's got two, but Nagarjuna only had one. Arya Nagarjuna had Arya Deva. Okay. There's a debate whether they lived in the same era, but in any case, he was that close. Yamse Sokla Rimki Gyupa came down step by step. The profound lineage, which means the emptiness teachings, okay, started with Manjushri, came down to Nagarjuna, and reached Atisha. And then the compassion lineage came down from Maitreya down through the two brothers, and that reached Atisha. Okay. Please read Seiji, or if you're feeling, what's that word? What do you call a bad kid?
Naughty.
Naughty. If you're feeling naughty, you can choose somebody else to read, and you can say you're checking.
Okay. Let's see. Rivas.
You want to pick on Rivas? Okay.
Oh, he's translating. I don't know. Hasso, are you there?
Yeah, come, quick. He's all full of food. He's probably not operating at peak, but anyway. Okay. There he is. I don't like it when he's here because he's more handsome than Grandpa. But anyway, okay, here we go.
I read.
Yes. Hey, Seiji, tell him, oi.
Okay.
Today.
Hey. Yes, please go ahead, Hasso.
Yeah, para oi.
Okay. Yang Jetsum Jamyang ne Gyelse. Gyelse. Oh, Gil says Shiwahla.
Yay, Shiva.
Yay. Sok. La Rimki. You weigh lap.
Oh, this should be paid. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna correct things as we go, so I can irritate the ALL people.
You pay.
Maitri says good pronunciation.
Lapchen Chogyu Sum Tu Yote Gyu Pa Di Sum Kei Men Ngak Yon Sut Sok Pa. Yes? I feel something.
No, I'm
Yep.
sorry. I was
Okay,
focusing. I thought I saw a mistake. But Jojo.
Jowo? Jowo je Jowo je la ngangwa?
No, wait.
No.
No.
Okay.
It's on the end of nga.
Ngawe
Good.
Gyupe chuo sum tre she joto.
Jodo.
Joto.
Yay.
You want to really make him suffer and translate it? Wouldn't that be fun?
All right.
No, you do, Seiji. Okay, who's Jetson Jamyang, Seiji?
Lord Manjushri, right?
Yeah. Manjushri, from Manjushri, down to the Gyaltse Shiwasha.
The sons of the peaceful angels. Shantideva.
Yeah, good. Peaceful angel. That's good.
Peaceful.
Okay. And by the way, I was always curious how he got that name, and we're going to find out maybe tonight. Shiwalha Sokla,
And the rest.
Rimki Gyupe. There is another third lineage that came down step by step, and it's called Lapchen Chugyu. Okay. The lineage of
Advices.
what's Lapchen mean, you guys?
Blessing.
Huge wave. It means a blessing.
Yeah, Lapchen means big wave, like ocean wave, and it refers to a highly effective spiritual means. Little effort, big result. Okay.
Good business.
There you have Lapchen. Lapchen Chigyu. So a third lineage. There's the wisdom lineage, the compassion lineage, and then there's sort of a special lineage. Okay. Sumtu, and that came down through Shantideva. Okay. To Atisha. So to summarize, there's three lineages, three streams. And they became combined in the lineage of a lineage which combined all three streams, came down in its entirety. Those advices came down in their entirety to Joaji. All three streams were combined for the first time in Atisha, in Lord Atisha. Okay. And he, Jelang Nawa means he possessed all three. What do you call that? Lineages. He was a lineage holder in all three of those lineages. And then he mixed them, he mixed them together into three, he mixed the three streams together. He mixed three different lineages together in Atisha. Jedo. Shejedo means that's a, see if there is a quotation here, okay? And then we'll look it up in the ALL database. And it will take the whole process take about 30 seconds to find it, chop it out, put it in the text. It takes about 30 seconds. And I used to spend a week, 2 weeks on each one. So when you do it manually, okay, so it's extremely helpful. It's a miracle, actually. Okay, let's do one more. Let's make him suffer a little more, Seiji. Okay, that's easier, friend. Please read.
I was again checking.
Today.
Gia.
Para hoy.
See. Sí. Gya chewe lam ki rimpe gyun rimla ni su chepani kiebu chung tring tang chopa chilap tang shi hlaki korla kie cherme kyang chanchupki sem rimpoche kompe damdak damngak.
It's nice that you AOL people are here. Okay.
Damngak la lu mi. Yeah, well, I was checking if Seiji.
Oh, you're checking if Seiji is still awake. No.
La lukmi ndrawa ni chungte.
Okay, good. Ga cherry langi rembe gyurin la ni su chepani. The wide, the steps of the path, the widespread steps to the path mean the compassion lineage. Okay, gyurim la, it's split into two. Okay, and you could say it started to differentiate Kibu, Chung, and Ding.
Oh, the small and
yeah, people of lesser capacity and people of medium capacity in the Lamrim. Okay, and then it began talking about Chupa Chilapa. The Chupa here is Parchin Druk. The Chupa here is Parchin Druk. The Chupa here is Chanju Sembe Chupa.
The Bodhisattva teachings?
Yeah.
oh, okay.
First part of the title. Okay. Bodhisattvacharya means the activities of the Bodhisattva, right? Or way of life of the Bodhisattva. Okay. So there's a general presentation in the Lamrim of all 6 perfections. Then what comes usually after that? In the tradition of Tsongkhapa, half the Lamrim Chimo is
emptiness.
Yeah, it's a presentation of the last 2 perfections. Okay. He goes through every single Hinayana path, every single lower, medium, blah, blah, blah. And then when he hits emptiness, he writes another 500 pages. Okay, cool. And by the way, that's why in the Lamrim that we have spent how many years on? 12 years on. It does not cover emptiness. That the Pabonka's Lamrim, Gift of Liberation, does not. He said, why should I bother? So what are we going to do? The strategy for our class, when we reach there in 4 or 5 years, after 16 years of Lamrim, we're going to skip to Tsongkhapa and do the 500 pages. Okay, Chipa Chilap. So anyway, Chipa Chilap means to train yourself in the general 6 perfections. And now, more specifically, Shi Lag is an abbreviation for 2 different things.
I guess one means peace.
That's a lazy.
Like his hand? I don't know.
Oh, Shamatanu. Okay.
Shine and Takton. Shamatha and
Vipassana.
Shamatha and Vipassana. Vipassana. Say Vipassana actually. Okay. Shamatha. Vipassana. Vipassana is a corruption. It's and it has nothing to do with meditation. Okay.
It says the wheel, kikor, the wheel of.
Oh no, it means on the subject. So core means on the subject. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the meditative platform that you need to see emptiness directly, which is called shamatha, and then the perception of emptiness directly based on that meditative stage, which is called haktam. Vi means extraordinary. Pashana means to see. Okay. So vi pashana haktam. Okay, got it? All right, Korla, Kecher Mekyang. Look, there's no big difference in the presentations of some of these points between these different methods, but Chanchuki Semrimbuche Gombe Danga Ni. So we don't separate different lineages inside of the teachings on lesser capacity, medium capacity, inside of the presentation of the 6 perfections generally, and even inside of the presentation of meditation and wisdom at their highest level, okay? But when we get to Chanchu Kisem Rinpoche,
The jewel of Bodhicitta?
yeah, the jewel of bodhicitta. He's like using this extra word, the jewel of bodhicitta. When we talk about damngaks for gombaing on that, yeah, personal instructions, like inside track, we call it the inside dope. Yeah, inside information about how to meditate on the bodhicitta. Well, Lugmindara, we go to Lugmindara Ni. We go to 2 separate systems. Okay, we recognize 2 completely different methodologies for achieving compassion on a universe level. Okay, what are they? Here we go. I'm going to ask Hasa to sit down. And I don't know, Ellie, you're in the mood? Bit of a Jimmy? Come on, kick butt. Not mine. It's too small already. Okay, you could hardly find it. Kind of small target.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You're at Luke. Okay, Seiji, I asked her to make 2 mistakes for you.
All right.
Lugs.
Look.
Okay.
Danponi share chin ki donde Rinpoche gong dun tarjong chuki sem Rinpoche kepe tabsu tokmar sem chen tamchila nearing mepe sems snyons pay taknyom gom.
Okay. By the way, this sentence starts out with Luk Dumbo. And if you skip down 2 paragraphs, you have Luk Nipa. Okay, Seiji? So here's the first method of achieving bodhicitta is in these 2 paragraphs. And then the second method is going to be covered in these 2 paragraphs. Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
And you guys are going to recognize it when we hit it. Okay. Luk Dumbo means the first system of reaching the wish to become enlightened for all living beings in the whole universe is follows the Shochigido, Tim. Yeah, Dode means the collection of sutras on the perfection of wisdom. Okay, when you add de, which is Pitaka in Sanskrit, like Shupitaka, the 3 baskets. When you add, it becomes the. Now he says Gongdun, and I'll give $30 for a correct interpretation of Gongdun.
The literal meaning.
Real meaning.
Yay, we're doing that. Every time you mess up, I feel so happy. I don't know what it is. Kind of inner joy. Yeah, Gongdun means the opposite of explicit. It means implied. That's the intent. The intent, but not the expression. So he said, look, this first system of getting bodhicitta is not expressed directly in the Prajnaparamita Sutras, but it is what they had in mind. Okay, Gongdun. It is what they had in mind. Okay. What? Chanchu Kisem Rinpoche Kepe Top. What's that mean, you guys? You almost don't know.
Oh, the jewel of bodhicitta.
Method for Kepa.
For developing the wish for the enlightenment.
Yeah. And the Tibetans translated bodhicitta as generating the mind or giving birth to the mind. They translated it as sem K. Here it is K. Okay, here's the K. Sem, he hid the 2 pieces of the word in his sentence. Sem K, developing the wish. I call it developing the wish. Okay. Tapsu Now, the first thing you got to do, Tokmar, is you better reach Tangyom.
Equanimity.
And by the way, Tangyom has several completely different meanings, and we saw it all morning in Stanley's text for neutral state of mind, not virtuous and not non-virtuous. This is a different one. This is the first of, do you recognize which system of generating bodhicitta we're talking about now?
This
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
7-step cause and effect method. 6 causes, 1 kind of. Okay. All right. Tomar Semjen Tamje La towards all beings. Nye ring me, Seiji. Nyewa me, ringwa me.
Not.
Anybody?
Whether they're close to you or not, you know, or
Oh.
far away, but probably meeting people who are your friends or not.
So what's the MEPA mean, Nick, since you were so anxious to collect on this 0 bet?
Whether I was just thinking the MEPA is meaning whether or not. Or-
Friends, enemies, and neutral, or friends, neutral, enemy.
Yeah, you don't feel closer to some people, and you don't feel farther from other people. You feel the same distance.
Right.
Just seem you feel close to everybody, and there's no distinction. By the way, I'm looking at. We're gonna have a short ceremony. We're gonna finish the class. I'll go offline, but we're gonna give somebody lifetime layman spouse tonight here. At the request of Dr. David Stump. Okay, Nyering Mepe Sem, and that's Sem Nyomba. Nyomba. Not Nyumba.
That's an equal state of mind.
Equal state of mind. Nyom means equal. You feel this, you don't feel some people are closer to you, and you don't feel some people are farther from you. There's grumpy people who say, I've achieved that. Everyone's far. No, that's not what it means here. You feel close to everyone. Okay, so this first method of achieving bodhicitta starts with a neutral, and it's like a car. You have to start from neutral, right? Then you can go forward or backward. Okay, so it's like cleaning your palate in a French restaurant if you have ever been to one in Kyoto. Very good one. All right. Ali's going to read another paragraph, Seiji. She said she'll make 3 mistakes this time.
Okay.
She said maybe.
Well, no, if I make 3 mistakes, then it'll look like it's on purpose.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Dene Samchen Tamche Rangi Matrinchen Yu Gom. Dene Trin Tran Dang Trin So Rimki Go De Yongi Champa Chike.
Good.
Dene Ningje Dang Hak Sam Dang Chung Chuki Sam Nam Rimgi Gom Te Tsu De La Ni Yundre Men Nak Dunki Sko Ne
Go ne.
Lo Bjod
No, that's a
Go Jong.
should be John.
Wa Sheju Do.
Yeah, and by the way, everything we can do to reduce input errors saves. No, it's not a problem. The data is clean, especially the new data of the younger generation here. It's extremely clean. It's kind of frighteningly clean, but you can see how much work it can be if it's misspelled and we misunderstand the translation. Then we have to go back and fix it. So it's a great strain on us when we're not sure if the text is spelled it right. Okay, all right. Dene semchen tamje ranki ma. Semchen tamje ranki ma, Seiji.
All the beings are mothers?
Yeah, good. I was actually, the reason I learned Tibetan was because they were having a Tibetan class where I was in the Himalayas. And you had to be able to read to get in the class. And the class was on this book. And that was 1973, before you guys were born. And my personal teacher wanted me into the class. He got him on the examination board. And I had been studying Tibetan for 2 or 3 days. And so he said, I'll ask the next question to the next candidate. And I stood up and he said, what does Appa and Mama mean in Tibetan? And I said, Dad and Mom. He said, you pass. And here it is, Ma. That's the first word I ever learned. Ma, mother. What's Jin Chen? What's Katin? Katin.
Kindness.
Who has kindness?
No.
Here's the Jin part.
Our kind mothers.
We should meditate on how every living being has been my very, very sweet mom. Okay, and then we should chant all the jins that my mom gave me.
Recollect kindnesses.
We should actually make a mental list of all the kindness, and then we should try to soa those chins.
Repay the kindness.
Yeah, try to repay the kindness. Rimki. So these 3 steps: marche, chin chen, chin so. Marche, say marche. Chinso. First 3 steps, okay? Marche, understand they have been your mother. Chin, remember all the good things they did for you. Chinso, try to repay. Decide to repay, okay? Gomte, rimki gomte. And then he says, these 3 will trigger a 4th one. Together, these 3 will trigger a 4th one. Yi ong jumpa.
Love.
Love.
Ultimate love.
Yeah, it means attractive love, and we'll study it. Okay. Well, what are we supposed to be reading today? What are we
Biography of Master Shantideva.
It's supposed to be a biography of Master Shantideva. It's good. Okay, be patient. Okay. Okay. You are not allowed to read Shantideva's biography unless you go through this part. Wow. It's very cool. Yeah, it's very cool. Okay, so Jampa means I would love to give my children something when they need it. Okay? And then Ningje Chembo. Compassion. I would like to remove all pain. There's a debate about
the order.
The order. Should you take away their pain first, or should you make them happy first? Some people have the bicycle system. What's that?
At the same time?
Do one, do the other, do one, do the other.
They bang their knee and then you make them feel better. That's one's here. No, sorry. This is the opposite. The opposite is I don't know. Give them a gift and then help them. Tell them when the house is on fire, tell them there's a big bag of candy outside. Okay, something like that. All right. Samnam. So, and then Laksam Seiji. Laksam Namda.
Take personal responsibility.
Yeah, which I would state it in 2 ways. If no one else will do it, I'll do it. I'll take care of it myself. And you meet people like that in your life. And as you get to be 69.9, right, JB? Yes. You recognize that this is the key to happiness in life. You know, if you're the kind of person who says, I'll take care of it myself. I don't care if no one helps me. I'll take care of myself. In fact, I don't care if everyone criticizes me for doing it. I'll still goddamn do it. Okay. And by the way, if you become a Dharma teacher, this will come. Okay. This will come to you, and be ready for it, and have Laksam. Laksam says, if no one helps me, I'll still get it done myself. I will throw myself in happily, no resentment that no one's helping me. And then later on, when it gets semi-successful and they start criticizing me, I'll still be nice to everybody. Okay. That's called Laksam. That's the 2 stages of Laksam according to Geshe Michael. Okay. Personal experience. Chanchuki Samnam. Okay. Just keep going and ignore all these stupid people. Okay. Most of them are dead in my case. Okay. And they wasted their life worrying about what I was doing. Okay. Chanju ki semnam rimki gomate. Work through the various stages of bodhicitta. Okay. De delani. What's this system called, Seiji?
7-step cause and effect.
In Tibetan.
Oh, Gyun Trim,
Yinje Mengagdu.
Mengang Dunkis.
There's 7-part cause and effect advices. Okay, Menga.
Oh,
Dunki Gwani. Lo Jong. That's how you should Lo Jong. Okay.
So in this case, we would say train your heart for Lojong.
Okay, so here's my opinion on Lojong, and Seiji knows it well because he just finished probably the best book on Lojong ever translated. It does not mean, what do they call it?
Mind training.
It doesn't mean mind training. That sounds like some kind of speed reading course or something. It doesn't mean that. It means Cham Chu Ki Sem Jong.
The wish.
Yeah, how to develop the wish for enlightenment. That's the meaning of Lojong. It has nothing to do with mental training. It's an incredibly bad translation. There's bad translations, then there's incredibly bad translations. Okay, it's gone to a higher level. Okay, and the fact that it survived so long is a miracle, an unfortunate miracle. Seiji, that's what we call it. Okay, let's go, Seiji. We got 3 minutes. Come on. You read this whole paragraph.
Okay. Lukni pani tongpo kupe dusoki kontun latu tangchu jukni la jitar sumpa tar dakchen zinki kyuntang shenchen zinki penyong gotu mane samte.
Good. Look, the second system for developing the wish for enlightenment is, and by the way, you cannot call it Bodhi mind. That's a horrible translation because that is enlightened or something like that. It has nothing to do with that. That's not at all what it means. Okay. My friend named Ellie, I think it is, and me, we spent in coffee. There were coffee shops in Rimrock, translating all the titles of the Kagyu and Tengyur, which has never been done, into English. And we got pretty far through it. And we reached this one, Dombo Kupa. What's it called? The Shalistamba Sutra. Shalistamba Vyuha, something like that.
Ganda Vyuha, is that the one?
Sutra, and the Tibetan means Dombo means a tree trunk, and Kupa means to arrange. So people have translated it stalks in arrangement. So I've seen it. It has nothing to do with that. It's a group of jewel trees, pure ruby, pure emerald, the leaves and the branches and the trees, and they are growing around a small retreat cabin in which beautiful things happen. And that it's called the grove of jewel trees. It has nothing to do with rice stalks, and I can't believe it. Anyway, okay. Anyway, just so you guys know, isn't it? Sounds a little better, right? Yes. You'd rather be sitting in emerald and ruby, crystal, diamond trees, right? Okay. Anyway, Gongden. He says this second system, where you think about the faults of self-cherishing and you think about how cool it is to take care of others, was Gongden of that sutra. Yeah, that was the intent. When he says Gongden, the implication is it was not stated directly. But if you read the sutra, you can collect that system. Okay, and then that was passed on by 2 great books, Laptu and Chinjuk. Second one is easy. Chanchu Sembe Chupa Lanjupa. Bodhisattva Charya Avatara. By the way, I love the translation, Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. It's not what I would have thought of, and it's great. But that's the only one. That's a wonderful translation. What's them up to? Shiksha Samuchaya.
Shiksha Samuchaya, the
training
Compendium of Practices by Master Shantideva.
Yeah, and they're both by Shantideva. Okay. And by the way, the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life is so amazing that I decided to have a course on the other one, which is his other great book called Shiksha Samuchaya. And I got everything ready and I opened the book and I read the first few pages and I said, no, it's a long string of quotations from other books. It's not, he didn't write anything. And it's not, it doesn't read very smoothly. And it's just like you Google something and you get 25,000 synonyms. It's like that. That's why no one has ever taught it that much, because it's a nice source of many ancient teachings, but it's not, it wouldn't make a course, you know. Okay. So anyway,
we're over time, Geshe-la.
I know I'm getting there. So these two books, okay, passed on this lineage for achieving bodhicitta, where you focus on getting rid of your self-cherishing and you focus on developing cherishing for others. And those books both were written by
Master Shantideva.
Have we reached Master Shantideva?
Almost.
Almost.
Maybe.
Well, you'll have to tune in next week. Okay. No, this is how we got to Shantideva. Now he's going to say, let me tell you about this cool guy. All right. And his life story, you should not miss. It's better than Dignaga and Dharmakirti. Gotta say, Ben. Stop here. Okay. See you guys mañana.
Oh, awesome.
Yay!
Thank you very much, Geshe-la.
Nice first class. Nice first class.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great, guys. That was exciting. Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you. Ken.
Just a quick question. So we're going to continue on the bio, right?
Yeah,
That's what you said.
just assuming just I won't have time to write the book yet. So, yeah, if you'd like to try to translate the next paragraph, you're welcome. It's not that difficult. Okay.
Okay.
You get help from one of these older nuts.
Yep.
Would be
Will do.
okay. Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
And okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, Geshe-la. We'll get you those commentaries as soon as we can.
Okay, no stress. It's not that important right now, but get it done. Okay.
Ben had sent me some commentaries that I'll send you.
Yep. Good.
We'll find more.
By the way, I'm going to take all the existing, to me, unsatisfactory commentaries in Tibetan and Sanskrit, dump them into 2 files, so I can search them when I have trouble with something. You see what I mean? So I can do a ALL Joel Crawford search thing. What do you call it? Mass okay. Search. There's a word. No. This sequence means a many files at once. There's a word in batch file. Yeah, I'm gonna make a batch file. Okay, and I'll make a batch file with all the existing commentaries. We'll work on it. Okay, good. All right, see you guys mañana.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Good job. Word, all your students are reading very well. Uncle Nick, any last thing?
No, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Geshe-la.
Good night.